Hi, I'm Bob Marzano, and I'm very excited today to talk to you about the new Empower Marzano TrueScore Calculator. This is a free tool which is designed to calculate the precision of classroom assessments on a given standard for a set of students, as well as recommending a reliable summative score for each student on that standard. In this system, a set of 3 different mathematical models is used to estimate students' true scores or best fit scores. Logging in, we begin here on the Scores tab, and the first thing to do to get us started will be to create and save a new worksheet. Keep in mind that each worksheet relates to one measurement topic only, so you may choose to name the worksheets accordingly if you have more than one topic on which you want to keep track of student scores. Next, we will enter the names of students whose scores we will be analyzing. The tool will now create a spreadsheet where we can enter student assessment scores over the interval of time which we specify. As we enter each score, you can see how the calculator is updating the 3 different models of calculating the student's true scores, as well as recommending which of those methods is the best fit. Let's flip over and look at the chart for these data and explore how this works. On this tab, we get to toggle through each of our students' data as entered on the Scores tab and view it on this graph. Across the top are our dates, and this axis represents the scores. Each data point is an assessment item, whether at or above proficiency or below proficiency. Notice that there are 3 lines cutting through the data. Each line represents a specific set of assumptions about the student's scores over time. The 3 lines represent the linear trend, the curvilinear trend, and the average. And in this case, we're using the power law to compute the curvilinear trend. For each line, the final, that is the summative predicted score, is also reported. Now, for a deeper discussion of each of these prediction methods, you should take a look at Chapter 4 of a new book entitled Making Classroom Assessments Reliable and Valid. For the scope of this tutorial, suffice it to say that the method of mathematical models generates 3 distinct sets of predicted scores for each student, each predicted score being based on a specific set of assumptions about learning. The model of best fit is the one whose predicted scores are closest to the actual observed scores. Let me explain. On this tab, we get a peek at how some of the information on the chart is calculated and why one method of calculating the true score is being identified as the best fit. Here we have the observed scores which we entered for this student on our Scores tab. And below that, we have the predicted scores all along the way based on our 3 methods of calculating the true scores. By comparing the predicted and observed scores, we're able to identify the differences or errors for each assessment. To identify the line of best fit, we need only examine the average error for these models. In this case, the curvilinear trend has an average error which is much smaller than the average error for the linear trend and the average error for the average. Therefore, the curvilinear trend contains the most precise estimate of the student's true scores across the assessments or the best fit. This tool and the associated Empower Learning Management System are designed to raise the status of classroom assessments in classrooms, schools, and districts. Technology-based tools like these, which support the new paradigm of reliability and competency-based education, are enabling educators to make classroom assessments more reliable and valid than interim or even end-of-year assessments. To learn more about personalized competency and the tools that support it, please contact us using the link provided on the tool. And we hope that this calculator proves valuable to you.